Dragon folk, I have some spicy news for everybody, and hopefully everybody's willing to sit tight and ride through this storm because, well, if you thought Double Masters 2022 was good, just you wait. Welcome on in, Dragon folk. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been a little while. Hopefully everybody's weekend was good. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my videos that I put out. Obviously, continue to leave comments. I love talking to every single one of you. I might get a more centralized Discord together for everybody so we can all chat amongst one another. So feel free to let me know if that's something that you guys would like in the comments as well. And if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also like the video. Anyway, on to our actual thing here. So, I got word that there was a rumor going around on Twitter, right? Now, the cesspool that is Twitter, right? We know it's not exactly the best resource for news, right? Granted, a lot of stuff does happen on Twitter, and a lot of the stuff is very, very much so hard to process. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of go over something. So let me preface this by saying that I'm not sure whether or not that this information is actually accurate. And frankly, I hope it is. But if it isn't, you know, I'm keeping a open mind for this. I'm not going to say it is or isn't. So there's a fellow by the name of Bash McAllister on Twitter. I'm going to post his tweet right here, right on the screen. So the post here says, "The rumor is out, so F it, I'll post it publicly. Hidden treasures are back. So far, boxes of revised and sheets of legends are confirmed to be in a future set or two. We don't know exactly which sets, but the rumor is Dominaria United. Thoughts?" So, hidden treasures. I am pretty new to the Magic scene as far as anything goes, so the term hidden treasures didn't spark anything in me. Well, I should say it did, though, because back in a podcast I was doing with the lovely DJ Longhair and Pat the Pauper and MTG Gaming Bob, I believe it was actually MTG Gaming Bob who had brought up the term precious treasures or priceless treasures. I can't remember what he used, but that was something I'd never heard of before, right? I've done some pretty good research into Magic the Gathering, but priceless treasures in general, I wasn't sure exactly what that meant. Maybe like a masterpiece set or something along the lines. So what a hidden treasure or a priceless treasure is back in OG Zendikar, like back when Zendikar first came out, the entire set, the entire plane of Zendikar, right, is based around adventuring, right? You know, getting a party together and like delving through these skyclave temples and so on and so forth and having like the craziest time, right? And it's all about finding treasure at the end of the day, right? Lost relics, so on and so forth. Well, what had happened is they actually had released a bunch of reserved list cards from old sets, right? Cards including, I want to say it was Alpha, like anywhere Alpha through Unlimited, a bunch of cards from like Arabian Nights and so on and so forth. Cards like Black Lotus, Mox Ruby, Mox Emerald, like the Power 9 stuff, a lot of Arabian Nights. These things were available in Zendikar. And I know that's crazy to think about, right? Because it's reserved list stuff, right? Reserved list stuff isn't supposed to be reprinted. So why was it in a set that came out in 2009, right? Why was there a set that came out in 2009 that had cards in it from just about over 10 years previous? Well, the answer to that is that the cards were not reprinted, right? Obviously, we all know of the reserved list. If you don't know what it is, I hope to make a video on it, and hopefully I can pop it up in one of these things here sometime soon. But short and sweet, the reserved list is a list of cards going from Alpha all the way to Urza's Destiny that are cards that will not be reprinted, right? It's a short list of cards that will never be reprinted in the same fashion they are ever again, right? They just won't be reprinted. This is a big deal as far as collectors go because a lot of these cards are hard to find, and the ones that are easily found are going for a pretty penny depending on the set they're from. Reserve list cards were added into the first print run of Zendikar, right? So that means that if you were able to get your hands on a first print run box of Zendikar, you had an opportunity to open it up and have a chance, and I'm not sure what the percentage is, but you had a chance at actually getting a reserve list card from it, right? A reserve list card, even if it wasn't a reserve list card, like I'm talking like any card from these ages past that they put in there. And how they do that is Wizards of the Coast has their own stock of cards, right? They're not reprinting them. They have cards that they have personally kept as a business kind of deal, right? So like I'm sure they're sitting on a few Alpha Black Lotuses in their company as of right now. I'm certain of it. And not to mention the fact that they also have the opportunity to buy them off of the secondary market, right? So if they wanted to use them in a future thing, like the Priceless treasures, they can just buy them off of the secondary market with the crazy amounts of money that they have, buy them back, and then put them as little gifts, pretty much, inside people's packs. So it was only for the first print run of Zendikar that this happened, and the boxes are indistinguishable from any of the second or even third print runs. I don't know how many print runs it got, but you can't tell which boxes are a first print run box as opposed to the other ones. So at this point, it's all a gamble, right? You have to have a pretty clear idea that your box is a first print run, right? And then maybe you have a chance of getting a priceless treasure from it. So back to the topic at hand, right? Hidden treasures are I'm assuming they meant priceless treasures. I'm not sure, but at some point, this treasures is now a thing that we're talking about again. And the rumor is, right, that they are back, and boxes of revised and sheets of legends, right? Legends being the set, one of the reserve list sets, sheets of cards that haven't been cut that Wizards of the Coast might own, or maybe they bought from somebody. They're confirmed to be in a future set or two. Now, this person says confirmed, but I'm not too sure where exactly he got the confirmation from. But from what I can tell, it seems like it's going to be a wild thing. But there's an update, right? I waited 2 days after reading this whole thing. There's an update. And I'll give you the update right now. As of today, this is the update. The post from today at 5:34 p.m., quite literally 30 minutes after I'd made this video, the response is, and I quote, "Okay, so it's been less than 48 hours since I dropped this, and I've gotten a few more confirmations. The most confirmed is Legends cards, including Reserve List, inserted in packs of Dominaria United. I even had a well-known WotC employee ask me where I heard this. They proceeded to respond to their own thread and say, and before you ask, no, I didn't tell them who told me, and no, I won't reveal who it was. I don't reveal my sources." Now, I don't know who this person is, right? Bash McAllister. I don't know who they are, right? And obviously, I'm not an investigator. I don't have that kind of pull, right? I would like to know where this person stands as far as everything is. But just from what I can tell, it seems that they're either really good at spreading a rumor around, right? Or it is in fact confirmed that there will be reserve list cards from Legends in packs of Dominaria United. If it happens to be the case, and there are Legends reserve list cards in Dominaria United, I mean, we're talking a set back in, what is that, 94? Literally 1994, right? 1994. Now, this I can almost see as being a genuine thing that they do. And the only reason that I want to say that this is the case, that they're putting these treasures in here, is another thing is coming up in October, the 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering. So, adding some of these cards back into packs and kind of recycling them back into the open market is a power move that Wizards of the Coast very well could use. Now, we're talking some pretty expensive cards if like a lot of cards from Legends are being put in Dominaria United, right? And that's just knowing that Legends has been confirmed, if it really has been, right? This person, Bash McAllister, not a credited source. I don't know anything about this person and their possible lies that they may have throughout the entirety of Twitter, right? But you got to take it with a grain of salt now, right? If this actually is the case, right, and they're actually doing something like this, expect to hear an announcement about it very soon. If it isn't the case, then we're probably not going to hear anything about it for a little while now. But we're talking cards like Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale, Chains of Mephistopheles, Moat, The Abyss, Nethervoid, Eureka, all these cards that are going for well over $500 a piece right now, just being slotted in, right? Obviously, these are not reprints of cards from the reserve list. Again, these are not reprints. These are extra stock that Wizards either had or bought from other people. Things like, buying, you can go online on TCGPlayer right now and you can buy a Tabernacle of Pendrell Vale for $3,000, almost $4,000 near mint. And if Wizards is willing to pay that so they can put it back into a pack somewhere, I'm sure they'll do it, right? They've got the money. They can do that if that's really what they wanted to. But they'd have to buy out a lot of them, right? They'd also would have to have Legends boxes on hand, which I'm sure they very well could open. But it says there's sheets of Legends being cut specifically to put into these boxes. So that means that maybe they have leftovers, right? There's just leftover Legends sitting around. Now, I don't know what this means as far as like what we think the true print run is for reserve list cards, but if Wizards of the Coast is just holding on to a whole bunch of them and is willing to just hand them out to the public in a random expansion pack, I don't know. This adds very weird stuff to the reserve list, and it's nice because I think everybody's gripe about the reserve list currently is that they don't feel like they're included in it, right? Everybody who isn't a part of the reserve list back in the day, right? They feel like they're left out, right? I think that in my lifetime, unless I get somehow crazy lucky or crazy rich, I will never, ever, 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 ever be able to own an Alpha Black Lotus. Ever. And I think a lot of people are feeling that exact same way. That's a lot of those people who believe that every card in Magic should be worth $5 or, be just like easily found and tradable and should be reprinted to high hell. Like, there's a give and take for this, right? But as far as a treasure, right, I'm not sure on the print runs. I'm not sure on how many are going to be put in this thing, if they are. But if this is the case, people already have spent a lot of money on Double Masters 2022. They're going to want to spend even more, right? Collectors are already like, yeah, I'll take this premium set, I'll buy $2,000 worth of product, and then I'll sit on it, and it'll be fine. But like, now you have to buy a lot of Dominaria United. Because if this is much like Zendikar, in which only the first print runs are actually going to be the ones that have the hidden treasures in them, then you need to actually be actively pre-ordering all of this product. You need to be pre-ordering it. You need to be, climbing it to the moon. Like, you need to be on top of it. Whether or not they're going to come in draft, collector, set, who knows? Obviously, we're going to get more information on that as the days go on. But this is news that is breaking currently, and I'm very, I don't know how to really feel about it. I like the idea behind making the cards more accessible, but they're not exactly accessible, are they? Right? You still have to chase them. So you still have to buy a lot of product in order for that to happen. Not to mention the fact that the print run hasn't changed. Because these cards are not being reprinted. They're simply being either bought by WotC, or WotC is using its leftover stock of cards that it's kept from the reserve list to put into these booster packs. And if that's the case, then the print run hasn't changed. And these cards are still, you still have a chance of pulling a $4,000 card from a $4 pack. I don't think many people are ready for that, but honestly, I'm always optimistic for a change of pace, right? But I wanted to just get this news out to you guys, whether or not it's actually going to hit me or not, or it's going to hit other people, right? This may be the change, the change people need. A lot of people were already excited for Dominaria United, but now I feel like if you're not excited, you should be. This is, unless you're willing to buy a Zendikar box and hope that it's a first print run, this is an opportunity for you to get in at this early time and start pre-ordering boxes, start pre-ordering product, and then you have an opportunity to get first print run boxes of something that could very well contain high-priced reserve list cards from Legends. And maybe other sets too, right? Like maybe the Dark, or Antiquities, or, I don't know, Urza's Saga. Like, it's almost like it's the list, but harder to find, So that's it for me. I just wanted to kind of get that out in the air to everybody and see what everybody's thoughts are, right? Let me know in the comments down below what your guys' thoughts are and everything, because I truly, truly, truly want to like it, right? And I want to get product now, right? Because if this is actually a thing, which again has not truly been confirmed by Wizards, then I don't know how anybody passes up this set. Right? This is a hell of an introduction to their 30th anniversary. And if they're going to be putting reserve list cards into the set right before their 30th anniversary celebration in Las Vegas, this is the way to do it. And especially if it's going to be in Brothers War 2. Who knows? Right? But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, right? Let me know what you guys think. Your opinions, your thoughts. I'm sure this will come up in conversation in a different light during a different podcast, maybe in a different video. I'm sure everybody's going to be talking about this, but thank you for choosing me to be the one to talk into your ear for a little bit. And hopefully you're still just as skeptical as I am, but, who knows these days, right? Leaks happen all the time. This very well could just be a super crazy leak that had occurred that we're just not sure about. But anyway, while you're writing in the comments down below, please make sure to like the video. Also subscribe to the channel as well if you have not already. I like to go ahead and bring these videos to you guys so that way you all have fantastic content And, you know, hopefully I continue to provide that for you. We do also have a Patreon down in the description below. You can go ahead and join that there. I'm going to have a tier kind of set up to where patrons, if you wanted, you could go ahead and I will buy a box for you at like a 10% discounted rate, and or a 20%, yeah, like a 10% discounted rate. And then I'll make the video, open the box, and then send you the contents. As long as you pay for the box at that rate. So that, you know, is, if you're willing to open boxes, if you're willing to buy boxes for yourself and you know you're going to crack them, send them to me. I'd be more than happy to crack them here on the channel for you guys, send you out the contents, because at the end of the day, what's cooler than having your crazy box opening solidified in the crazy world that is the internet? So anyway, guys, thank you again so much. I do really appreciate your support. And please, please, please be cautious out there. Not everything you hear is the truth. And make it a great day or not. The choice is all up to you. And I'll see you all in our next video. All right, guys. Nerd out.